Hey everybody, welcome to Random on 10. It's your girl, cause I can sis, aka Kels.
And it's just let's speak on it, aka Trail.
What's up, everybody? Listen, we about to talk about some things. This newest episode of Love After Lockup, and get into it. So hold on, and we'll be right back. All right, all right, all right. All right, so let's get into this thing. First of all, we got to go back to one of the other episodes because there's a couple of things we forgot to talk about in regards to Joey and Kim. And one of the things that happened was a big thing, and we totally forgot to talk about it. And that was Christmas Day. His gift to Kim was getting down on his knee and proposing to her.
Yeah.
What
And
you
I
think about that?
I thought they were already engaged. Then he proposed to her in jail. I guess this was
He
the
said,
official,
yeah, this wanted to be, he wanted to do a redo.
the official official.
The official, the outside official, because we outside now. Yeah.
I
Dad was like, "Ooh."
right. Dad is still mad over that dirt bike.
I
Like he
told you he
is
was
not
gonna come
feeling
back.
it.
Did I said that man is not over that bike, and he gonna find out about that bike. That man said, nah, you ain't fooling me none.
He is not feeling that. But one thing I did that we did mention also is his niece. I
Yeah.
did you could see that she was really close to her uncle and the pictures, and you like he enjoyed being an uncle when in the pictures with her and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see how it actually really did affect her. And I was moved by the fact that she was able to tell him exactly how it affected her when she found the needles in the bathroom or whatever.
Right.
And I feel like Joey really took that in because he's like, dang, my niece found my needles. I think it he had a realization and the guilt, you know what I'm saying? Of, because you could tell he really loves his niece and he didn't want to do anything to hurt her. So him hurting her hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I
Right.
thought that was
Yeah.
a I thought that
Facing
was a
what you
beautiful moment.
do.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was good to see like the consequences of his actions up close and
Yep.
literally personal. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I think that was a good moment for him to have and for her to get that out because you could tell it had been weighing her down for all of
Yep.
those years. And so hopefully they get a fresh start now and things kind of start to get back to normal for them. But
Yeah.
we'll see. But
Hmm.
we definitely wanted to talk about that because that was definitely a pivotal moment. Both of those actually were pivotal. Well, all three of them because the dad pulling him outside and having that talk about that bike. He said, "I promise you, it wasn't me. I'm done with that life. I'm over it. I don't do any of that no more." He said, "I still don't believe him."
Yes, yeah, I just cracked up. I said, nope, he would not believe him. He gonna need no evidence that that wasn't him who stole that
He
dirt
said,
bike.
"I know, like I know, like I know it was you, sir." So I don't know. We'll see if that comes up again. It probably will. Um, so coming up to this last episode last week, Love Me Not. Season 5, episode 37 or 7. Um, We start off with Shantae and True. She's told him that she's having the twins and pretty much just trying to give him an FYI. And that man said, Bet, I'll be there in a minute. And she said, No, 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 no. I'm just trying to let you know I don't want you here. And he like, nah, I'm gonna be there though. He said, so no, it's done. Like I'll be there. And she like, no, I don't want you here, True. He said, all right, I'll see you in a little bit. and, and and then boom, we see him in the car headed on out there. He's
Girl, he drove 5 hours to make it over there, dressing like he from the early 2000s. But again, I have to remember
that's
when
where
he
he
got
was.
locked
That's when
up.
he went in. That was it. Taking over for the 99 2000.
Down, down, baby. Your street in the Range Rover. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Okay,
Nelly
I'm
looking
sorry,
at
y'all. I'm
no
sorry.
for real. Yeah, that man
But,
said, "Here I come." Look
yeah,
like
and I,
Jay.
right.
Okay, I'm done.
He girl, his shock at the change when he went to the grocery store. Girl, he asked the lady about the eggs.
You seen her wink at him though, right? You seen her
I
get that
did.
little wink. I said, "Okay, now, lady, you want to back up now?" I see. She said, "Look at this big old man with all this bling on, little chocolate stuff, asking me about some eggs. He ain't want to know about some eggs." She said, "I would go with that one. Now you need to check them, make sure they not cracked." Then she gave him a little wink. I said, "You gonna
Girl,
stop playing in my face?" And why would
girl.
you go to the self checkout? I guess he was like, "Ooh, a new toy," because that man didn't know what he was about to do or anything.
Not at
Lady had to
all.
stand there with him, and she like, "No, you got to scan the barcode, and you got to nope, you got to go fast. You're going too slow." He said, "Ooh, the price of groceries is high." Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
yes, yes, sir. It's not the same as it was when you went in, sir. That inflation caught us, whew, and got us in a chokehold. But I
No,
do
for real.
think it was pretty cool that he did learn a trade, the culinary.
I was like, "What kitchen is that?" Like, we didn't he have a? It's like he had a phone and everything on the table. I was like, "Is this another kitchen or is this the jail kitchen?" Which I was confused as to where he was at, where he was making the omelets and stuff. Cause I didn't know they had all of that stuff in there. But I guess it depends on where you at.
Yeah,
But
but
I don't know. And what you think about him talking about? He been getting his funds up and he got some money now. I feel like he already had that money. I don't know.
I feel
You
like that too.
you a good gambler then, sir. Like when you've been playing poker. I know some people make a real good living off of poker. So he must be a heck of a poker player.
Must be.
Or whatever he playing. Because he didn't really specify what game. He just said he was gambling. On
Mm-hmm.
what? On what, sir?
Right.
Because you blinged out.
Right. Like he head to toe. Just
They said, how
like,
much did you get?
and whose car is that? His truck?
I said, the Acura, sir? Okay, let me find out. Okay. I'm like, They said, well, how much did you make? And he's like, I can't say none of that. I'm like, nah, something in the Kool-Aid. Mm-mm. Nah, what's really going on? Because that's mine. I don't trust it.
Right. Right.
Because he was talking about when he was with her, he had like what 3-4 thousand saved up for a car. I know
Mm-hmm.
that truck ain't cost no 3-4 thousand. That watch and the bracelet that was the same size as the watch.
Girl,
Chains,
he was decked out now, and then he
dressed
still
in the
had
all
money.
whites. Like, what's really happened?
Girl,
And went grocery shopping. You balling.
right. That's what I was just going to say. He went to the grocery store.
Okay. Well, we
No,
will. I'm wondering if we'll get to hear some more about that because I'm interested. And then we go to Zeruiah and Troy, who's in the midst of a whole temper tantrum, and they trying to get ready to go to Buffalo, and the mama is like trying to be, I guess, the voice of reason and everything, and like she is not feeling this whole situation because apparently I feel like we missed something. Cause I was confused as to where this heat was coming from, but they supposed to be going so he can see his baby, and
Mm-hmm.
she's upset that he had to talk to the baby mom.
Girl, when
But
I
the
tell you,
mom, who surprisingly, who seems to maybe has still been on gummies, is making the most sense. Like, what you mean? We gotta talk to her to figure out what we need to do.
girl, when I
So
tell
what
you,
you
I was
thought?
so irritated with her. I was so freaking annoyed. I was like, you sit down and think about what you're saying. The baby is 7 years old. Of course, he's gonna have to speak to the mom, regardless. Even when she 18, 20, that's the mother of his child. She will have to speak to him whenever. You can't be that insecure because I'm quite sure I just don't see him losing it if her son's dad wanted to come back and try to make amends with the son. He's gonna have to talk to her first, but hey, knowing her, she'll block it because she seems so, I don't want to say it, but she seems bitter. Oh my gosh. And the way
I
she
don't
was
know what the hell.
talking
She seems
and
spoiled.
acting,
Forget
she's
better.
spoiled,
She's spoiled.
she's a narcissist. Because it's like, ma'am, you really, how do you feel disrespected while he's having a conversation with the
Something
mother of his?
happened. That's where I'm at, because there's no way. Like, something happened. Because even when it was like, "How you doing?" talking to the mom, she's like, "I'm better than y'all." Like, something happened, and I don't know if he snuck off. Like, she did mention at one point where he be on the phone with her. He always like he'll start the conversation in front of her, then he go off somewhere or whatever. And I'm like, like, what's really going on? Because I was confused. I think the mother was confused. She didn't see the whole situation, or somebody playing in somebody's face. Her freaking demeanor, I was like, wait a minute now. This not the PK, is it? Because she was going in while she was getting her face together. She was, yeah,
I
like,
still think she's really being illogical to think that
she
that
said she don't
man
even want to go.
and
Nah,
it
you could, I'm
and
getting ready, but you could pack whatever because I might not even go. I'm going to still get ready though.
no, because if she didn't want him to go, she should have just said. And if I was Troy, I would have got in my car and went to go see my child. I'm not because you having a temper tantrum over me talking to her mother. No, ma'am, that shit don't work. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like
the
you gonna have to
venom.
grow up. You married me knowing that I had a child out there, and I will have to be involved with her mother at some point or to some extent for the rest of our to at least the daughter get grown. You're gonna have to be involved. So you knew that going in. So don't be all upset that he's talking to her. And he I understand she was like, he walked away when he was on the phone with her. But a lot of times, why do I need to hear your conversation anyway? You're insecure. Like do you think he's gonna cheat on you? Do you not trust him?
Yes. Nope.
So that's her issue. She shouldn't be so freaking insecure. And that's insecurity came across just so strong on that screen. Like, and you
Yep.
going off. Like, don't stop getting ready. You not going, stop getting ready. Let Troy and his mom go see his daughter. Girl, she
Yep.
pissed me off. I can't do that because she was being so unreasonable that she don't want him to talk to Yana. That is just unreasonable. It's illogical. Ugh.
I just wanted her to put a shirt on, and I
Girl,
wanted
I was
to
like, okay,
also
you about
get
to
her
fall
a bra
out.
that fit. I'm sorry.
Girl,
I'm like, girl, this shit is
she was
aggravating me. I didn't
silly.
mean to curse y'all. Oh, this is aggravating me though.
Yeah, she aggravates me. Like, I'm sorry, guys, all the cousin, but I was so annoyed with her during this episode. I was. And you are then gelling up that hair to put that daggone ponytail back on. Girl, bye. Get from me. I would have left her right there gelling up her ponytail. Like, I'm not lying. I'm sorry. I am not.
Oh my gosh. Let's move on to Hope and Author. So they're cooking. Were they cooking? I don't know. Child, look, I'm reading my notes and I can't even read what I wrote. But yeah, they're cooking, and Hope brings up to Arthur like, I want to take you on a date. I want to go to a fabric store so that you can go and do, pick out some stuff because that's something that you like to do. And so he got excited. He like, oh, that's what's up. Like, yeah, let's go do that. So they go in, they at the store. And he's looking at fabric. He's talking about like the designs that he wants to do, the color palette and everything. And he's like really super into it. And that was cool to see. And she's like, okay, like really listening to him. And it was giving him like validation, like, I'm important. I could do some stuff or whatever. And I like that. And
Mm-hmm.
explaining everything. And then she get a call and she like, hold up, babe, I'll be right back. Then she turned into Julian's sister. What do you think?
I think she's foul. I just don't understand y'all being in these relationships with people and you don't want them to meet your family. Um, for Hope and Arthur, Hope, I just because she was upset, and in the scene when they were at the house, she was upset because he came home late from being with his mom. She expects him to spend endless time with her. Ma'am, that is not going that's not how that works. And why do you have such an issue with him being with his mom? Honestly, he should have went home with his mom. He should not have stayed with Hope. I will stand on that. I'm standing on that. He should have left with his mom. There's no way he should have been with Hope. Um Now the when she received the call from the sister, and she did not want her sister to know about Arthur, they are girl. Why are you with this man?
Mm,
Because to me, it gives people will say, well, she want them to know him for him, not that he just got out of prison or whatever. But baby, this is what you chose. They're gonna find out eventually, right? And why are you
right.
trying to hide him? Like this would have been a perfect. This would have been a good time to actually introduce him because both of them seemed happy at the fabric shop. So he felt he was in his element. It seems.
I think she know her
Um.
sister. I think she know how her sister would have reacted. And so, like she said, I ain't want
Well,
nothing to pop off while we here in this store, and pretty much, I guess, embarrass you, embarrass me, embarrass ourselves. I can only, I'm gonna just try to
girl, she was already
play devil's
embarrassed with
advocate.
that 2 little shirts she had on.
Child, we not gonna talk about
She know that shirt
that.
was too little. That's what she should have been embarrassed
That
about.
was a belly shirt. It's supposed to be little. Mhm.
Girl, whatever.
I'm trying to be good, Lord. I'm trying. Oh my gosh. That was a belly shirt. Those is in style. She was
Okay,
like, being stylish or whatever. Um,
that's what we gotta say.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's giving Julie. It really is. Like, yeah, they kept this man a secret this whole time. And I feel
Hmm.
like it ain't even really, it's partially, I can see what she's saying as far as she want them to judge him for him. But I also feel like she's probably complained to them about maybe money. And who knows,
Yeah, I can
hopefully
see
not,
that.
they have given her money. And if they find out that that's where her money has been going, that's a problem. And I feel like that might be
Mhm.
really her hesitation. Not so much him, but either the things she said or has done that she knows the minute that they find out about him, it's going to all make sense to them. And
You
she
think
not
she ever
ready.
introduced them to? You think she introduced them to any of the guys that she may have been with while he was,
And they think that she's
locked
still
up?
with one of them. It's a
Yeah,
possibility. It's a
yeah.
possibility. I don't
Mm.
know. We're gonna have to
Yeah, I hope it's
definitely
something else
see
there.
about that. But as rightfully so, he was offended, as he should have been, and
Yes,
he was turned off, and then
yes.
he started, and then that started his wheels to turning, like, well, what else are you
Hmm.
keeping from me, or what else are you lying about? Is it somebody else? Like, you opened the door for the little stuff to just creep on, like it was cracked, but you just kicked it in a little bit right there when you did that, because it was very sus.
Hmm.
So
Definitely.
moving on, we go to Bianca, and she's now in California at the rental. She loves the place. It looks very nice. It should be for the amount of money she's paying, for 4 months paid up front as well. So she's ready for Daniel to come out. He comes out in a day. She's a little bit lonely because none of her friends are there. She doesn't know anybody. So she can't really go and be out and about. And this is the first time she's actually been off on her own because she's like super duper young. And so that's the change for her. And it's kind of like starting anew. She does say that she's a little bit excited about it and happy to be away from everything in Florida. And I'm assuming she probably means a constant reminder of the stuff that she's gone through. And she's just really excited for Daniel to come. But before that happens, she's going to go meet up with the parents. And she's still hesitant because of what the father asked her, was she mentally stable? So she's a little bit weary about that. But Daniel calls and she lets him know, hey, babe, you excited? And he's like, yeah. And she's excited and he's excited, but she's more excited to be physical. Let's get physical. Physical. Okay, now.
Girl, Bianca is exhausted. She is so exhausted because I'm like, you have so much. You so young. You could be out doing young people stuff, but you want to be up here with this man. And she's girl. That's all I have to say about them. She exhausted.
I
She's
just
so
need
exhausted.
them to be realistic. There is no guarantee that this man is going to come out and be able to stay with you, because he really is
Hmm.
still supposed to be going straight to the halfway house. There's not a conversation
Yep.
been had that asks, hey, is it okay if I stay here? He just assuming that it's gonna be that easy to say, oh no, I'm not staying here, I'm gonna stay over here. And I'm wondering
Nope.
if that's gonna be a big reality check when he actually gets out. Because how does that gonna
It's
work now?
probably
You
is
stuck
because
there for 4 months and he gotta stay in the halfway house. So you gotta stay there by
hmm.
yourself. So how's that gonna work? And
Yep.
we will see, for real, because that's just gonna be interesting. Like,
Hmm.
it sounds like a setup for an upset, but we'll see. Then we have Julian and Christina. I'm sorry, Christine. And she's trying to go check in with the PO. She can't get in touch with them, and he's like, "Let's just go up there." So they go up there. She goes in. He comes back out, and I think I said he. She comes back out. If I didn't say she, I saying it out. Um, and that's not a Freudian slip. But she comes back out and she's talking about like all the conditions and stuff that she has to follow, and she just want to make sure she playing everything by the book, because the last time she was out, she got put back in on some technicality stuff. So he like, yeah, let's just see YA, and she like, what's that? And he was like, cover your
Yeah,
ass
I
up.
just fell
She's like,
over.
oh, okay. Yeah. So meanwhile, so they go and talk, and she like, so what's going on with this lawyer? Because she trying to get another lawyer. Well, first of all, she said the lawyer. So I'm like, okay, she got to get a lawyer. She's like, what's going on? And he like, well, I'm trying to get the money up. It's a lot or whatever. Come to find out, this would be lawyer number two because she already has the lawyer that he paid for and
Mm-hmm.
introduced and got everything set up to help her with her case. But now she needs to get a family lawyer so that she can try to work on getting her son back or some kind of visitation rights or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, and she waiting on him to pay. And he like, first of all, let's not act like I ain't already paid for the first one. I haven't paid for you to be in while you was locked up and be able to have money. I haven't paid for where we're staying at. I haven't paid. Like, he started running it down. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
these are things that are two income kind of things. He said, so that means you got to go get a job. If you need this help, like, I can't keep doing this all by myself. And she is taking it back. What you think about that?
Girl, he was like, I spent like too much. Girl, I
Bruh, he
fell
couldn't even
over
come up with a number.
too much. And I think she needs to realize that this man is doing a whole lot for her, and he still has his own kids that he has to take care of,
Let's talk
plus
about
himself.
that.
So
That.
he's taking care of all of this. And when he said that you're gonna have to get a job, you were offended, ma'am.
He said
No,
it ain't even got to be the
um,
best job, a little job, any kind of extra income helps.
and
And she
then
was
like
taking it
she was
back. She was like,
complaining,
eh?
well, I'm a felon. Yeah,
But
it
you
was
promised
like I'm a
me.
felon. Ain't
Now,
nobody gonna hire me.
he
Sure.
did a 180. You said you could, but now you can't. What's the problem with you? What you mean?
He but he is. It's so crazy. And then what killed me is her comparing his lifestyle with his wife. Baby.
Ma'am, again,
He
that's
was
a
taking
different
lavish,
lifestyle,
right. He was taking
different
lavish trips with
situation.
them. Da, 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 da. And I'm quite sure it was a two income household too. I just
He said, get a job, lady.
but her being offended is offending me because ma'am, you thought this man was gonna take care of everything for you for here on out? No.
She
You
said he
should want to
switched
get
up.
out.
That's a
Yeah.
5K retainer plus anything else that's needed. Are you kidding me right
Mhm.
now?
That's crazy.
Again, no grasp on reality as far as to the price of things in life.
You think she thought she
Currently,
had a sugar daddy or a guy who
she
just
thought she
like
had a sugar something. Now she a sugar secret, is what she is. Because nobody knows who you are, ma'am.
nobody.
Nobody knows you exist.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. That one threw me a little bit because she was like,
Yes.
I'm like, ma'am, you was out here robbing banks because you needed money, but you gonna get on this man about not having the money?
To provide for a lawyer for you. And
A
if you really
lawyer,
wanted that,
he
when
probably
you come
paying, he might be paying alimony as well as child support. Like, we don't know
exactly.
the whole thing as far as his breakup,
Hmm.
paying
And
for the
it
place that y'all staying at, paying for your other lawyer
hmm
that he probably has on retainer.
yep.
That probably requires a monthly fee or something to keep them just in case, because we
Just
don't know
in
how you gonna do yet.
child.
Mm,
Jesus.
let's just go back to Shantae and True.
Girl, the
So
way
he
he
went to the
demanded
home
the way he
and knocked on
demanded
the
that
door.
she opened the door and you open this door. Who you talking to? Because I told you not to come.
He
You
banging on the
decided
door like
to.
the po-pos for real.
Yes. I told you not to come. Why are you here? Why are you beating on my door,
He's
girl? Like
here,
you got
man, because you gave him the address. Remember, you
yeah.
moved. He didn't know where you was, so you told him where
Yep.
you were.
You told him where you was at.
Wow,
You
don't
wanted
act
him there.
surprised now. That man had to get directions to figure out where to come to.
But wasn't her hair like did she have like a different hairstyle? So you was
Yeah, because
expecting
remember
him.
she had braids.
Yeah.
This time, I think that was a wig.
She got a bust down, girl. So
Child,
maybe she was
listen.
like, "Oh, he coming." I just
Them
seen him
edges
edges
was
on the
laid
right.
edges. She had a little outfit on. Okay, she had little sneakers on. She was like, I'm gonna
Okay.
be real cute when he come here. Let me pretend like I don't want to see him. What you want,
Right.
True? What you
Right.
want? I don't want
And
to see you. You're not gonna let
girl.
me in, girl.
And that's all he
Okay.
had to say. I was like, girl, if you don't go somewhere, you knew you was gonna let that man in.
Stop it.
Right
Yeah,
in my
you know you
face.
want that man out there. You was excited that man came to see you.
She was. And honey,
He
this cook off. I got so tired of hearing him talk. Yeah, we supposed to be doing a cook off. Yeah, we're gonna do a cook off. Boy, if you don't
She
get
said, I ain't cooking, you could cook. I said, I know that's right. But not when he went in there and he slaved over that kitchen. Okay, he was sweating, he was working, he was chopping things up, and we bought those plates out. He said, "All right, here you go." Set a little nice little presentation. He tried to make him some steak and eggs. She looked at that man. She said, "Don't you ever cook this again?" She said, "This your
girl,
favorite." You said, "This your best dish." Don't you ever cook
girl,
this again? I started rolling
when I tell you,
because that
when I
steak was a
tell you,
little. It was. I looked at that steak. I said, "That steak? Why is this? Why is it
girl,
that color?"
girl. I was like, it don't look like it got seasoning on it. Like, how you usually expect a seasoning. It
She
didn't look like it
gave
was
him the
seasoned.
seasoning. I was wondering where it was at because it did look. It was a struggle meal for real. But you know what? Compared to probably what he was eating, that probably really was good.
Er, Mm,
We
cause
gotta,
what?
we gotta, we gotta, put ourselves. No, we can't do that. But I mean, you gotta try to imagine what they actually had. Like, you
Mm,
probably didn't have real steak in there.
oh,
Maybe with steakums. I don't know what they have. You know what I'm saying? But so to him, he was like, yeah, like jail time food meal. Like, this is it.
mm,
I don't know. I'm just trying to help him out. I just really, that steak looked crazy to me. I was like, what is going on here?
yeah, that was a no, no. I'm like, babe, you can, you know what? Thank you, but no, thank you. This is no.
I,
Um,
d- I do like she's got a little backbone now.
she seems to.
His face was like, oh, who this? I think he liked that too.
He
I think
did
he like
say,
somebody to talk back to him a little bit. I think he was like, okay, she not no Wilton flower. But like I said, I feel like he didn't give it a chance because when they got to her turf and she was more comfortable, she could then kind of show him the things that they talked about. And he
hmm,
didn't give her that chance. She was on his domain.
yeah, that's true. But hey, he didn't even spend enough time with her to try to give her that chance either.
Exactly, which is what she said.
And he did say he want to get back good with her. That he felt guilty after the breakup. He realized he didn't want the other girl. Girl,
The grass ain't greener on the other side.
right. But I did like she
Everything
was
that you're
like,
supposed to say.
I do like the fact that she said, I want to see action in your words. But if she's gonna stick to that, you're gonna hold him to his word and you're gonna make sure that he's showing you that he wants to be with you. That's what she needs to do. And
Yeah,
then
go ahead.
mhm. And then, he admitted that he wanted to have fun after being away for 13 years. And it was like, well, we already knew
Could have
that.
said that, right?
And you shouldn't have asked this girl to marry you because I'm quite sure. I mean, I understand you in jail and you like, I'm gonna have somebody when I get out. But you have to think about, I've been here for 13 years, so I want to really get out and be with somebody, or am I going to get out and have fun? Those are questions that he should have asked himself. Those are questions she should have asked. Like, are you sure that after you've been locked up for 13 years, when you get home, you're gonna want to settle down, or are you gonna want to be out having fun running the streets? I don't. Do they even ask these guys these type of questions? Probably not. But hey, it is what it is. She said she enjoys spending time with him, and she just want to take it slow. Girl, you already pregnant with twins. How much more can y'all take it?
I was trying to see what the outcome of was peeling the little rose back. He loves me. He
Me,
loves me
he
not.
lets me
He
not,
loves me.
girl.
I'm like, who still do that?
Shonta.
We didn't see where it ended.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
That
It
I'd like
was
to see.
it was when he bought her the roses.
Yeah. I like that he also made it clear he's like, I don't need you. Like, I'm not gonna be here to use you for your money. I don't need it.
Hmm.
Like, in other words, I got my own. I'm good.
Yeah.
Again, where'd you get it from, sir? I need to see the receipts. Do we have a 1099? Do we have a 1040 W-2? What were we doing, sir?
You're very evasive about that one.
I got questions, okay? I got questions. Trap house, what we do? What? I'm just saying. But I think he just was like, "Who this woman for real?"
Mm-hmm.
His face was like, "What? Who
Yep.
this?" So I don't know. We look like they might be up on a up and up. Ooh,
Up and
we'll
up.
see. Maybe they can turn this around because yeah, I got nowhere else to go but up at this point.
True. She already pregnant, so like you said, nowhere but up.
You want to be in a baby's lives with her, then yeah, he better get it together
Get
for
it
real.
together.
Back to Latisha and Keith. So finally, I don't know what took so long. She decides to go see a professional, a lawyer, who apparently she has history with working with. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
understanding why he wasn't the first stop. But here we are. And she goes and gives him the little paperwork that she has and tells him the situation. And he was like, okay, so he starts to highlight in the document. He's like, so this is not saying that there was a new law. This is just saying that the policy changed. So
Mm-hmm.
he got like 8 months. He said this is really for something or someone or somebody that's got years. That's got years to say. He was like, I really don't see and that are coming in newly. So I really don't see this applying to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, now who you got working on this? He said, matter of fact, before you even tell me, let me tell you who you had working on this. I said, uh-oh. He said, what you had, somebody that the paralegal, somebody that understands it is gonna get him out or whatever. He's like, let me tell you, he was a convict, wasn't he? I said, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
when he read her
Hmm.
exactly what happened without her saying what happened, she already knew Ben. You said we side out in Ben. We wasn't clear on Ben. Ben. I didn't mean to talk about, but Ben was missing some teeth and he was missing some truths.
A lot of truth.
Ben was out here talking out the side of his neck. It sounded good though. He said, "Yeah, that's probably why the public defender dropped off because he seen
Yep,
this mess and was like, it's a no."
girl. No, when the aunt was like, when she was telling the aunt, and she was like, "We should beat Ben."
No, for real, because let's go. What are we talking about right now? This man done took y'all hopes and dreams, and he like he he said a good old speech. And, I
He
mean,
did.
we heard the music playing, the organ, the choir was singing in the background. We gonna march for freedom and get him out and everything, only to find out that womp 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 womp. He out here playing games.
Just like the Lord said, girl, just let him ride out there, ride it out for the next 8 months. He should be good by then.
Yeah, already spent a bunch of money for nothing.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely
I wouldn't
did.
even say nothing to Ben. Let Ben just keep calling and telling me all the things that he doing, and he's still working on it. Because now he got to at least take the time out and do extra work, or take the time out to call me and reassure me, even though he ain't really doing. I wouldn't even let him know. I know. Okay, Ben, thanks for letting me know.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he don't ask for no more money, the sooner he asks for money, we gonna let him know.
Yep.
But I mean, she really do need to let others know about Ben.
She do. She do.
Cause he about to take somebody else's if he ain't already did it sitting in that office that he probably rented.
You know it. You know it.
That's why
You
she
know
couldn't find
it.
him. He probably was rushing to go get over there and change into his suit jacket to look like he was doing something and pull out the papers and look like there was files and stuff, all over the place.
That sounds about right. I can see
Put some
that.
books up on the shelf to make it look like he was reading some or you got some studying. Sir, sit down and have several seats for
Please
real.
have seeds. And then she just got more bad news. The house she's renting is being foreclosed on.
Child.
I said, well, dang.
Child, she said, I don't mean to already make a bad situation worse. But I found out about that paper and they said them people ain't been paying their bill for a year. They have
For
not
a
paid that
year.
mortgage. And so this house being foreclosed on, it just kept getting worse. And she's like, and you got what, 2 weeks to get
Something
out?
like that. Mm-hmm. worse. It's just bad news on top of bad
I
news.
felt bad in that
I
moment. That was
did.
terrible. Cause
That's
not,
just
I
how
mean, she
it.
got to relocate the kids. If the kids are
Mm-hmm.
in public school, you got to try to make sure you stay in the school zone. Like
Mm-hmm.
she done paid that money to them, and they wasn't paying
Mm-hmm.
the mortgage, so she out of
Mm-hmm.
money.
Yep.
Unless she could try to take them to court. I don't know how that works. I mean, but if they ain't paying the mortgage and that's already up there, I don't see them paying you.
Nope.
Um, it was just a lot, and I was like, "Dang, lady!" And then you still had to face the music of once again you was moving too soon. You got to tell your kids, "Sorry, he's not coming out." You got to tell his family,
Mm-hmm.
like your coworkers or the people that work for you because it's your business. Again, a bunch of people who shouldn't have been involved, but that's just you got egg on your face for real.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
And then back to Hope and Arthur. So they're back at the place, and he was like he was cleaning out the closet and looking for some drawings and stuff, and found an old picture of Hope with a dude, and he just looking at her. At this point, he like, and she like, "Well, how'd you feel about that?" And, and I'm like, "Huh?" And she was like, "You know, is that like, do it make you mad?" She's like, "I can get rid of it. You want me to get rid of it? Like, it's an old picture." And he like, "Nah, we good." And then I feel like this is continuation of you not letting your family know I exist. And at
Mm-hmm.
this point, his mind is going, and he's like kind of checked out a little bit. And she wants to talk about like what are you feeling. You can talk about me in this, like you can talk to me in this moment, tell me about how you feel. And I appreciated her in that moment because I think she saw like it wasn't gonna go good, but she wasn't like being like what we've seen previously with the attitude or getting defensive or anything like that. Like she was like, I want, I want us to be able to talk. I want us to be able to communicate. I want you to be able to tell me, do you not want to talk because of how you felt inside? And this is when he starts to, talk about like him being inside, he got to be strong, and you can't show any weakness because the minute that you do, it's a wrap for you because
Mm-hmm.
now they will take advantage of you, and you got to be tough. And he's still in that mindset. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you not even telling me everything is also not helping me want to open up to you.
Yep.
And I really feel like in his head, he was also like, damn, I should have went with my mom.
He should have. Cause she was like, first of all, he don't trust her. And then even after he questioned her about the picture with the guy, she was like, well, I feel like we don't talk this much and wants him to open up more. And I'm like, have you given what have y'all had that conversation? Have you sat down and just really without getting an attitude? Like you said, she always had an attitude without getting an attitude
Hmm.
with him about wanting to spend some time with his mom, or sometimes it just take he's not acclimated. Like he just told he told her that it's kind of hard trying to open up and stuff. So I get that. And he admit he's institutionalized. He's been there for so long, or whatnot. So and then, after he started speaking about how the life was in prison, like he said, he couldn't show any weakness or anything. So he haven't been out that long to become acclimated to this type of climate. So it's gonna take him a while to open up. So and she was real gentle, and she was trying to be patient with him or whatever, but she has to understand that he has PTSD from being in prison,
Hmm.
and he hasn't been out long enough to gain that trust and know that he can open up and talk to you. So she got, just give him that. And I'm quite sure because he even spoke about the psychological effects it had on him.
Yep.
So again, instead of a relationship, I'm gonna stick by this. He probably should have went to with his mom, been there with his mom, his family, and got therapy.
Yep. And didn't they know each other before? Like they known each other for a minute,
Hmm. Yeah, they knew each
but
other
this
before
is
that.
not the same guy. And like, and I
Hmm.
feel, correct me if I'm wrong, was he locked up during the V word, the pandemic?
Yep, I think it was.
And I'm pretty sure he saw a lot of crazy stuff happening in because we already
Hmm.
know it was a lot of crazy stuff happening. And to be locked up during that time and all of the things that was happening, yeah, that probably will take a toll
Hmm.
on anyone because I mean, it's taking a toll on people that were not incarcerated. So
Right.
imagine being in quarantine and having to be stuck and you can't do anything.
Hmm.
Like, so yeah, I'm sure he has seen a lot. And he kind of walks off. He like, I need a moment. And she lets him go. And he kind of goes off. So you can hear him crying because he's like, he probably don't want to show it on camera. And he like,
Hmm.
I gotta go. So he goes out. But then they flip scenes and they take us back to Bianca. So Bianca's going to meet the parents in real life. Um, and the mom seems sweet. She like, she see a lot of herself in Bianca.
Yep.
And we don't fully understand that just yet. But once they get to talking, um, I like that the first thing the dad did was like, first of all, I like to apologize because you could tell Daniel had some words with dad and told him, why the heck would you say that? And she felt the way. So immediately he was like, I just like to apologize. I was trying to have some humor and you don't quite understand my humor yet. And I get it and I apologize. And I feel like he wasn't saying that she was mentally unstable. I feel like he was saying, if you want to mess with our family, are you sure you're stable? Like, you sure this what you want to do? But she don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't know that's where he was coming from. But I feel like that's what he was trying to say. Like we all messed up and when we hear their story, we understand like they all got issues.
Hmm.
And she is like, you sure this is what you like? Are you sure this is what you want to do? So, what you think about the conversation the mom was having with Bianca? Because, like she said, she thinks Bianca's a bit naive. I agree. They ask her about the drinking. So, what you about to do with this drinking? Because her dad here. I mean, his dad is an alcoholic as well, and I don't drink in front of him. Are you gonna do that? Are
I
you ready to do that?
I think Bianca is very immature because she does not care how it may affect Daniel. And she is telling her, like, well, she's pretty much telling her that, hey, Daniel is an alcoholic. He's been sober since he's been locked up or whatever. But I'm not sure if he's strong enough when he gets out, if you're drinking in front of him, to not do it. And Bianca's just like, I'm not gonna stop drinking. No. But she's not really grasping, or she's not trying to understand what his mom is saying when
She
she's
don't know.
trying to tell
She
her
hasn't
how.
experienced it.
Right.
She hasn't seen it. I guarantee you, she see what can happen. That would change. And then the mom like, didn't you get in a whole accident with a drunk driver?
That's what I was just about to say. And then her accident
Like,
was caused by a drunk driver. Her friend was drunk when they had that accident. And you're like, I don't really care. I'm still drink. Like, you should have, first of all, the fact that he has a DUI, you should have, for me, if I was in an accident caused by DUI, I wouldn't want to be next to a person who has DUI on their record. Like, because I would still feel like I'm affected. Like, someone like you almost took me out. So you're
right.
not responsible enough to go out here and think about other people's lives. You just thinking about yourself. And you ain't even thinking about yourself at this point, because drunk drivers get killed too. So
Yep.
you're just being selfish. But
And they
she
don't want that temptation in the house. Like she talking
exactly.
about, they like, well, do you drink all the time? She's like, I'm not, I don't have a drinking problem. I'm not an alcoholic or whatever. But at the same time,
I
it
think
doesn't matter.
she
It only takes one sip. So if you're keeping wine and stuff in the house because you like to have a bottle of wine every evening or whatever, or a glass of wine, what's to stop him from going in there and taking that wine? And then from the wine, like the lady said, it's a whole trickle down effect. He takes the sip of the wine or whatever, then he goes into the harder stuff. Then he goes back to doing drugs. Then he gets back in trouble. Then he gets locked up or gets killed. She's already lost his son. And I
mm-hmm,
felt like in that moment, she should have understood her because we find out, the last time that she's also been through something like that.
mm-hmm. Yep. And I just feel like
So she's like, well, I mean, it was like, I don't know.
I just feel like she's not mature. She's not gonna want to change. Um, like I said, I've been saying she's annoying, and she really should find someone else if she decides she
It's
wants to
not for
continue
her.
to
Yeah,
drink.
if you're not ready to fully change your life, because it's in
Mm-mm.
essence, they're asking her to fully change her life. So I
Right.
get her being on the defense, like, why do I have to give up everything about me? I'm already here. I've given up my whole life where I was at, and I am here. And then now you want me to give up everything that I like to do or whatever to be with him, then don't be with him.
Exactly.
This is the life you choosing. So act accordingly. And she's like, well, he said it's all right. Of course he's gonna say it's all right. He'd like to think that it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it probably ain't, especially first coming out. Now you have access to what you didn't have access to at all. Why tempt it? So I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see. Back to baby
Oh,
Rui.
girl,
This is the Rui.
girl.
So she out here saying some crazy ish, like he can get the F out and F this and F. I'm like, hold on, preacher's kid. What happened to the hallelujah and all the other stuff? He can get the F out, and I could go find somebody that could pay some bills or something. I'm like, okay, so now you gonna throw that in his face. I'm like, bruh, and the mom, like, she goes off. She was like, "You can go. I'll stay. Go do whatever you want to do, and all this other stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, now you just talking out the side of your neck, cause like, what are you really saying?" And she's like, "Just get out and go." And the mom like, "Let me go talk." Now, when Karen becomes the voice of reason, it's a problem. Okay, she goes there. She trying to talk to her, and she's like, "Nah," because he be lying, like, and this, that, and the third or whatever, and the mom comes back out and this man gone because you told him to leave. So he did. He left. And so he outside and he just gone. And so Cameron stayed with him. It's like 2 hours later, and all of a sudden she thought, let's go check at the but hold on, no. We're not gonna go check. You told him to get out. What you gonna go check
Right.
for? My parents told
Right.
me no man. But you told him to get out, so aren't isn't that what you're doing? You told him to leave and now you're gonna look for him.
Girl. What girl when she said put him out and Karen was like, you can't put him out. She was like, yes, I can. He ain't on no lease. I said, you know what? You weren't ready.
And that's everything that the mother was talking about.
Yes. She
But
wasn't ready.
no. And then she puts fuel on the fire. She decides to call the baby mother. Why? To see if she's heard from him. Okay, hold on. Pause.
Karen being an instigator.
Pause. Now, you asked me last time, did I think that she was purposely messing with them so it won't work?
Hmm. Yeah.
And I thought in my head, like, that's just really who she is. But at this point, I don't know. Because I don't know what in your right mind. The whole premise of the argument started with because he was on the phone with
Hmm.
the baby mother, and you proceed to call her and ask her, has she heard from him?
Yeah. She
In
surely
the
did.
midst of the argument, loud
Yeah.
as heck, her door closed. She's like, I'm about to go lay down. I'm tired. Or
Yeah.
whatever. And then you having a whole conversation with him. So now you done brought her into the mix. So now she knows that, okay, if she did have a plan to break them up and get back with him, it's working because now you done brought her into the house.
Hmm.
You
She
you
surely did.
introduced her by making her an issue. Zeruiah, and now the mom has invited her in the house. So now
Yeah.
she know everything that's going on with y'all. And then she proceeds to tell the mother why he feels away. And and then you tell her what she said. I'm like, bro, why are you telling her this? Why are you telling her this? How she know what he feeling? That's because they be on the and all you did was prove her point. And in that moment, I was like, damn, Zaria, you might have a point. Because something else happened. And I feel
Mhm.
like that was leading up to it. She must have heard something. The girl must have said something. And it led her to know that they've been having conversations outside of what he said that he's had.
Mhm.
And I feel
Mhm.
like you just proved the point right there, Bam. Because how you know everything that man feeling?
Yep. And also, when I felt so kind of way when Yana told his mom that Z been having an affair. I'm like, how do you know that she's been having an affair?
Okay.
Where did that come from?
And then and here we go again. Is it facts? Did she
Right.
tell him? And then he told the baby mom?
Yup.
Because now you live in a double life. And she was
Yup.
like, see, they think and she's listening to everything. She said, they think I'm stupid. They think I can't hear them, like, or whatever. And I'm like, damn, she might have had a point.
But
Her bitter might be a little valid because I'm trying to understand how we get to 10 and we never passed 1 through 9. Like,
and
what happened? They
I
need to
don't think
rewind and give us the
on
unseen
edited version.
clip.
And I don't think that Karen. I think Karen is doing it on purpose, like the loud talking so she can hear everything. From when Karen first walked into that apartment and they was doing it, I thought that she was doing that stuff on purpose because do
Because
you
you
really
don't
have to
like
be?
her. You don't like this girl, but you got her number. You talking to her and getting information and asking her questions, but you don't like her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
make it make sense. Is this the plot between the two of y'all to go up there, break them up, get him, and bring him back so he could be with her?
Wouldn't put it past them.
Now I'm
So,
questioning. Now we giving Karen a side eye.
hmm
Ben side eye going. Now we side eyeing Karen.
so yeah, but I'm still.
See,
Hopefully, this next episode they can tell. They will tell with this whole thing where she was having an affair. Like, how would you know? You all the way in Buffalo. Like, how would you know that? You're
unless
not
he
even
told
around
her.
this girl.
Unless he told her, because the mother didn't even know. So if it
Exactly.
is true, that means she heard it from him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Over
why
there
are you
pillow
telling her
talking.
our
Mm-hmm.
business?
Yep. It ain't even pillow talking. You just if you're supposed to be
Mm,
talking about your daughter, I shouldn't even come up in your conversation at
mm.
all. Unless it's like,
Except
oh,
for
how
when
she
we gonna
doing? Oh, she
meet, is
doing
she gonna
good.
be there?
Right.
When she comes, can we meet each other so I feel comfortable with my
With her
daughter
being
going
on my
with y'all?
child. Right. Absolutely.
That's the only conversation I need to be in.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So I don't know. We gonna have to see about that. My man's is in the street. He wilding out. He like, I'm trying to just be here. Now I chose her. I'm here to be with her. Like I don't gotta take that issue. And rightfully so. Like I felt him on that as far as he ain't gotta take it. And I don't know. Like I said, and like you said, it could be the plan between the mother and the baby mom, and he just getting roped on in, pulling him on in, and being sorry to say gullible and naive. So he like, what? I, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. We gonna have to definitely find out more, but we'll see. But
Yep.
we come to the ending of this, and we are back with Arthur and Hope. And so at this time, they're like, let's go outside, let's get you some air, and he's in the midst of a panic attack,
Yeah.
and and they're trying to get him to calm down and calm down. And then, he starts talking about some of the stuff that he's experienced. And this was like really heartbreaking for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing him in that, like just distress like that, and talking about the things that he's seen, somebody passing away right in front of him. Like he's seen a soul leave this man passing away. And I'm like, wow. But I've 100%, and we about to get a little woo woo with this, everybody. So excuse me if you don't agree or whatever. I feel like that man got sight. Like he got that the pyramid on his forehead, which we consider being the third eye. And I feel like he got the gift of sight, because when this man said he looking at some of these people and he see demons,
Mm-hmm.
I for real believe him, because everybody ain't got your interest at heart. This is a show, right? It's
Yep.
for entertainment purposes, right? In some essence, they won't care about your well-being. They just want to make that money. He said he was like, I'm seeing a lot of demons. And when she came outside and she was trying to talk to him and he looked at her dead in her face and he was just looking at her, he
Oh,
did not see her.
yes. He was
He did
frozen.
not see her. He saw a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk. And like metaphorically, figuratively, however you want to take it, he looked at her and was like, something ain't right. The way, like, she reached out to hug him and she was like, you're not even gonna hug. That was, he didn't see her.
Mm-mm.
And
Not
he
at
just like, I love you, but like it was like almost he wanted to say, but nah, something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he knew it in that moment. And that was hard. Like, for real.
But and again, like, he talked about seeing the man get unalived in front of him, and he saw the spirit leave that man's body, just like all the stuff. He said, he still feels like he's in jail. um at this moment, I right when I was watching, I was like, the best place for him to be right at that moment was with his mom.
And that's who they called.
Exactly, that's who they call. And he has like some unresolved issues. He needs therapy. He needs someone who's gonna love him unconditionally, and his mom is that person, because she loves her baby, she do. And I just feel like
Mhm.
at
You
that
can hear it in
moment.
her voice.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to be there. I wouldn't have been surprised if she was trying to find a plane ticket to come out there and
Mm-hmm.
come get him for real.
Yep, that's our baby. And I mean, as moms, we're like that when our babies. We feel like our babies are in distress or something. We're in distress because that's our baby. Like, what's going on with my baby?
Mhm.
And she heard the distress in his voice. Like, we can even hear it, because it's like, okay, we don't know Arthur, but we know like his disposition a little bit. But this was not the Arthur that we were introduced
He
to.
was in a trance.
Yep.
It was like the veil had been lifted and he could
Mm-hmm.
see truth for what it was,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just trying to grasp, like, this ain't it. Like, in his head he was like, damn, I should have went with
Yep.
mom. I should have went with mom. Like, and I feel like he like was like, I built this whole like relationship with her, and now I'm really seeing her for what she is. And that's what I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he was looking at her, and it was like, mm-mm, no.
Yep.
And she was like, it's me, I'm here, it's me. And he was just looking at her like,
Like, he didn't even want to touch her. You seen how he was like, had his hand like stretched out like a whole, like. So yeah, that was. But yeah.
yeah, somebody knocking on my door, and it's a no. I really have a whole we don't take what's those things called? Uh
Solicitation and stuff.
yes, I have a whole sticker on my door. So I'm gonna just keep sitting here and talking while they knocking on the door.
Cause
So anyway, so if y'all hear the ding 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 in the background, ignore like I am. Um, but yeah, so I don't know, but they do have or have found out that they have this whole thing called, okay, I'm gonna mess this whole thing up, but and I don't know when this was filmed, but it was a lot of people recently that were saying that they saw demons, and they said that it was called prosopo metamorphosia
hmm, I haven't heard about that one.
or PMO. And I don't know what, again, when this was filmed, but this might have been around the same time. And so people were saying that they were seeing people or faces that look like demons.
Oh, I can
So
believe
I
it.
don't know.
I can believe it.
But I did like the fact that they did say that they stopped filming after that and got
Mhm,
him some help for his
mhm,
mental. So hopefully he's getting the help that he needs to talk to who he needs to talk to so he can get better. So I did appreciate that fact. But like she said, she knew him for a minute and she had never seen him like that before. And so she was like, she knew he had some issues, but she didn't know it was that bad.
mhm.
So again, like, and I don't even know if it was like somebody unaliving that person, or like I said, if he was in the midst of the pandemic and they got taken out from that. And he said like somebody reaching for you and there's nothing you could do.
Mhm.
And like, I mean, they didn't have like a place to put those people.
Mm-mm. That's crazy, man.
I
But
was like, I can't even imagine what it was like being locked up during that time, which is why they like released a lot of people. So that comes to the end of that. We have been also watching a new show.
oh my gosh.
The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Y'all, if y'all have not caught that show, it's on Hulu. It's a reality show. I didn't even know Hulu could do it like that. But if you are a fan of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, then this right here is going to blow you away because it's
Girl.
like Salt Lake City uncensored. They're in Utah. It's about the Mormon wives, and they're in Provo. So I suggest y'all check that out because it's fascinating to me, just fascinating.
Very much so. It is very much so. Oh my gosh, girl, I can't even. It's wild. Like, I was like, Mormons can do these things?
I know it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's just like I said, it's fascinating. Like other religions and beliefs and things like that, and just the doctrines and stuff, like it's not really something you hear that much about. Like for me, watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was like the first time that like I really saw something like that was like really got to Mormon life or the things that they had to do or go through or whatever. But this right here, when I say this show is messy, it's crazy, it's
Yes,
shocking, it's sad, it's everything all in one.
all of that.
So
Absolutely.
all I know is I don't like Whitney, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Nope. I
We
have
good
to
on
back
her.
you on that one. Yes.
So check it out if y'all have not. If you want to do some research about the people, look up Mom Talk, MOMTOK. And I didn't know anything about this either until I watched this show. I didn't know this was a thing, but I'm not really on TikTok like that. So that was news to me. But check it out, everybody.
Yep, check it out. It was worth a watch.
But thank y'all for joining us on this little talk. I don't know what I was trying to say. I was
On
trying to
our
say
review, on our
something.
review, we'll talk about
Yeah, the recap. That's what it's called. Lord have mercy. It's the end of the day, y'all. Forgive me. But make sure y'all put in the comment section your thoughts, any questions, anything, your views that you'd like to say. And make sure you hit us up, subscribe, like, share,
Yep.
and we'll see you on the next one.
See you later. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna for real end it this time. As soon as I can find my mouse. Okay, here we are. Deuces.